So, the future of the practice of law in Columbus, Ohio. It's a great topic. I think that the last 10 years and probably the next 5 to maybe even 7 years is going to definitely be technology. As so many different parts of the state of Ohio, the court systems are really still bringing their systems online and making them accessible to users all over the state and all over the world for that matter. That's going to have the largest influence, largest impact, I think, on our practice. Being able to access all of those records all over the state and for years back into the past, it's just going to give us a lot more readily usable information, and that'll have a big impact on the practice. The other side of that will be making so much more accessible to the average person the legal process. Once everything is online and we have so many more practitioners who make things available easily because they're online. So your ability to get a will, to get a trust, to get basic information about domestic relations or neighbor issues or neighborhood issues, that sort of thing, all of the bread and butter of what everyday individuals really look to the legal system for will be so much more accessible to them. That's going to drive the practitioners who specially deliver those kinds of services to act in a different way, to customize in a different way, to bring things to the individual, to the consumer, not be so set in an office setting. Maybe more online resources, maybe resources more at your community center or out in places where people generally do business or look for those kinds of services now. I think there'll be a lot of pressure to move in that direction and make basic services more accessible. And then on the higher end, with large companies continuing to expand and the continuing globalization of business, I would look for our local practice to mirror that. And for the attorneys who represent large corporate clients who have international interactions to really be focusing on customization, on providing real business partner relationships for those clients, and being able to provide a service that probably sounds anachronistic now, but back in the old days, you'd look to a lawyer or to a law firm because they had the relationship with the other attorneys, with the other side, and I think that that's going to continue to evolve and be enhanced in what clients at that level are looking for as they are seeking to do business with international businesses and people that they don't know well. They'll be looking for lawyers who can bridge those relationships, not just to win litigation, but to avoid litigation, and to really be business partners with them to help create new businesses and new global opportunities. And so lawyers having those relationships with other attorneys in other countries, but even here in our own, who just happen to be on the other side of a large international transaction, it's going to be important again. And I think that community of practitioners is going to see a resurgence in terms of the need and the emphasis on being a good attorney with relationships that are established that can really help broker a deal for a client. I think that's going to be kind of a change into the future, less reliance on just litigation and more on proactive relationship management. I think that's going to be a great thing to see happen.